Iglanite, Hoha. Hi, I'm Chief Kelsey Jocko from Thuy-Chuktwit, Cold Lake First Nations. I want to acknowledge that what we call Alberta is the traditional and ancestral territory of many people, presently subjects to Treaty 6, 7, and 8, namely the Cold Lake First Nations Dene, Blackfoot Confederacy, Kainai, Piikani, and Siksika, the Cree, Saulteaux, Nakota Sioux, Stoney Nakoda, and the Tsuut'ina Nation, and the Métis people of Alberta. This includes the Métis settlements in the 6 regions of the Métis Nation of Alberta within the historic Northwest Métis homelands. We acknowledge the many nations, Métis and Inuit, who have lived in and cared for these lands for generations. We are grateful for those traditional knowledge keepers and the elders who are still with us today, and those who have gone before us. We make this acknowledgement as an act of reconciliation and gratitude to those whose the territory we reside on or are visiting.
And welcome to the gold medal game of the Alberta U13D tournament from Cold Lake, Alberta. The Sexsmith Vipers against the Vulcan Hawks. And Sexsmith scores right off the opening face-off. Corbin Anderson with the first goal. Vipers up 1-0, only 10 seconds into the game. Face off back at center now. Reimer hits it up the boards to center. That's picked off by Logan Lacey. Reimer misses that pass, goes back to Ashton Brown in the Hawk zone. Mason Doya coming to get it on the blue line, held in by Nickel. Long shot, that goes wide of the net. Hansen pressured by Corbin Anderson behind the net. Down to get it will be Farron Meserly. Her pass flipped out to center. Off to the races is Carter Hansen. Hansen long shot goes wide. Stolen behind the net by Dunham. Tries to force that in at the side. Denied by Kel Fogel. Lob up the boards. Not being able to hold it is Mendoza. And that's back behind the net. Kept in at the line. No, not. Offside against the Hawks. Faceoff will come back out to center. Faceoff won by the Hawks. Wyatt sends it deep into the Vipers zone. Medway chips the puck behind the net, and that is cleared out. Noah Lindstedt back for it. Lindstedt, backhand pass to Wyatt, cross center ice. Wyatt in. Wyatt, long shot, gloved and held by Kel Fogel. Face off to the right of the Viper's net. Dunham in for the face-off. Back to Norton at the point. That's deflected in front and cleared from the front by Lob. Wickberg fighting for it against Dunham on the boards. Wickberg gets the puck away to Dooley. Norton holds at the point and sends it back in. Lipke, puck up the boards, over for Nelms. Nelms fighting for it on the wall, taken away by Weston Norton. Down in the far corner for Kristalowic in front of the Vipers bench. Puck is dragged along, chipped up by Norton. Mendoza tries to get it ahead to Hansen. That's knocked away from him, and behind the net goes Nelms. Nelms stretch pass that gets past everyone. Icing's waved off as it tipped off a Hawks player. Rimmed around the boards. Hansen will pick it up. Hansen. That pass intercepted by Doyev in the middle. Corbin Anderson now. Off to Doyev. Doyev in. Flips it over to Anderson. Can't get the stick on that. Pushed away by Norton. Norton back behind the net. Rims it around. Nickel. Flips it to center. Anderson can't get a stick on that. Anderson now back to the center. That's tipped away by Norton. And Hansen will get it out to center. Lacey. That shot off of Hansen and back towards the Vipers' end. Doyev through center, being pressured by McCullough. McCullough chips it down, and Lob will retreat into his own zone. Lob up center, pass picked off. McCullough has to tag up. Lacey now to Nickel. Nickel tosses it in behind the net. Wyatt Norton back for it. Norton up the boards. Charles Nolan chips that past Medway at center. Nolan up for it. In on net. Around. Pressure from Lacey. Reimer can't hold at center. Race for the puck. Kakmarski after it. Kakmarski. Reimer now with speed around the net. Reimer through center. Noah Reimer in. Shot. Stopped by Fogel. Lipsky puts that around. And held at the point by Spencer Wyatt. Wyatt puts it into the far corner. Medway to it. Medway, fans on that pass. Dunham tries to get to the center. Picked off by Coombs. Coombs pass up to Kakmarski on the left. And Dunham will come back to take that from him. Dunham through center. Pressured by Coombs. Norton will send a shot towards the net. That goes wide. In the corner is Thompson. Thompson on the boards. Taken away by Humphreys. Jonah Humphreys. Back around. Kakmarski there. Wait. Up to Humphreys. Humphreys to center with it. Will shoot it in after gaining center. Off for the change. Lindstedt waits, banks it off the boards, tries to get to Norton. That's stolen by Dooley in the corner. Dooley sends it back to the blue line. Lob tries a shot. That's deflected off. And now here comes Wyatt Norton. Norton in on Lacey. Shot deflected off of Lacey's stick. Logan Lacey. Up. That's kept in by Norton. Mendoza around with it on the point. Mendoza through the middle. Tries a shot. Scores! Leonardo Mendoza goes top shelf. And it is 1-1 with 13:57 left. Great effort from Mendoza coming in on the wing, shooting it short side over the glove. Face off at center, back for Brown, Ashton Brown, up on the right. That gets sent behind the net. Over to get it is Kristalowic. Kristalowic can't control. Dooley sends it up. Brown at the point now. Tries a long shot. That's deflected off of Medway in front. Kristalowic again tries a backhand shot. Shoots it through the crease. Noah Reimer at the point. Tries the shot. Gets onto the stick of Nolan. His backhand shot is wide. McCullough up. Intercepted by Doyev. Doyev can't get the handle on it. Kept in by Nolan. Behind the net goes Lipke. Lipke around the boards. Corbin Anderson on it now. Anderson in on Reimer. Anderson gets it to the front. Tied up in front there was Hansen tying up the Vipers player. Kristalowic tips that pass in. Lacey goes behind the net. Dunham in to pressure. Up to Anderson. Dunham with the steal. Dunham in. Shoot. That's saved by Fogel. Another shot goes wide. Nico brought down at center, and that's going to be a penalty for tripping. Penalty to the Hawks for tripping at 12:36 left of the first period. Vipers with power play. Humphreys in to take the draw. Mendoza wins that. Mendoza shoots it in to the Vipers end, picked up by Lacey. Lacey over to Coombs on the boards. Coombs pressured by Norton. Norton wheels around. McCullough with the shot. That's blocked away by Fogel. Lindstedt shoots it in, blocked by Coombs. Lacey up to center for Humphreys. Humphreys tries to force it in, denied at the line by Norton, and Lacey will go back for it. Logan Lacey, long shot in on Cockwell, cleared by Norton, and that will go all the way down the ice. 38 seconds remaining in the Hawks penalty. Quinn Medway around the net. Medway up for Dooley on the corner. Lacey holds it in the zone. Shot by Wickberg. That's blocked aside by Cockwell. Medway. Brown clears it out to center to the far corner, and back to get it will be Cohen Lipke. Lipke up for Nelms at center. Nelms to the corner. Corbin Anderson in to get it. Fight with Brown on the wall, and Dooley behind the net now. Dooley pushes it free. Brown down the boards to Weston Norton. That goes around Lipke, and it's back into the Vipers zone. Easton Nelms. Quinn Medway around the net. Once again pressured by Weston Norton. Thompson on the boards. Jammed through by Medway. Nelms, fans on the clearing attempt. Kept in by Thompson. Anderson will get it. Back to Medway, who clears up to center. Wyatt Norton, backhands, back down into the zone. And around for it is Medway. Medway over to Lipke. Lindstedt blocks that at center. Glove down by Anderson at the line. Now brought out by Doyev. Mason Doyev flips it to center. Wyatt Norton. Backhand up to Farron Meserly, who tips that through. Hansen now coming in wide. Shoots it directly into the glove of Kel Fogel. McCullough in for the face-off against Nickel. Nickel wins it back. Wyatt over to McCullough. McCullough, sharp angle shot. That's off the blocker of Fogel. Anderson now up to center. Corbin Anderson tries to go around Norton. Is denied. Lacey now at the line. Over to the boards. Lob taken by Charles Nolan. Nolan pressured by Nickel. Both of them fall down. And now the puck is back to Dunham. Back to the line. Norton flips it over for Spencer Wyatt. Behind the net, Medway. And Dunham in on the forecheck. Backhand pass up the center. Shot by Mendoza. That was cleared away by Vogel. 8:03 left in the first period as Norton gets it back down. Nickel up for Doyev. Finally gets it out of the zone. Noah Lindstedt back for it. Lindstedt ices the puck behind the Vipers net, and the faceoff will come back down into the Hawks zone. Humphreys in for the face-off against Mendoza. Kristalowic with it behind the net. And that is brought out by Mendoza. Back for Meserly, can't get it past. Humphreys now races to it. Reimer gets there first, and now Hansen on the boards will chip it in. Humphreys collides with Meserly, gets the puck to Coombs. Coombs in, long shot, patted away by Cockwell. And we have a whistle. Going to be an interference call. Interference call on the Hawks for number 17, Farron Meserly, going to the box. 7:10 remaining. Power play for the Vipers. Dooley for the faceoff against McCullough. McCullough wins that. However, Lipke keeps in at the point. Long shot goes over the net. Wickberg back to it. Long shot and stopped by Cockwell. Dooley in for the face-off against Dunham. That goes back to center. Offside. Vipers have to tag up and don't, so offside is called. .140 remaining in the power play. Nickel wins it back to Lacey. Lacey sends it in to the corner. Kept in at the line by Nickel. Grabs that. Around Norton. Norton gets it back to center. Regrouped by Lacey. Lacey up the side for Corbin Anderson. Lacey shoots it into the far corner. Logan Lacey back for it behind her own net. And we have a whistle at the side of the net. Mendoza in to take the draw against Humphreys. Humphreys wins that back to Lacey along the boards. Lacey tries to get it up. Reimer is offside. Hawks have to tag up. Humphreys along the boards. That gets caught in the skates of Mendoza. Coombs in to help. Gets it out to center. No Reimer. Long shot off the glass. Lacey along the boards. Gives it up for Kristalowic. Contact there. Kristalowic takes Nolan down to the ice as Lacey sends it back to center. Kristalowic along the boards. Hits Nolan again. And now it's Lob behind the net. Lob up for Humphreys. Dika, rather, not Humphreys. Bennett Dika with it at the line. Noah Dunham now. Wheels, turns, sends it back in the corner. Lacey after it. Lacey up the boards. And Dunham will weave back in. Offside, though, as on that side, Norton wasn't out of the zone yet. Dunham in for the draw against Dooley. Front of the Vipers bench. Scramble off the draw. And Thompson gets it poked away by Dooley. In after it goes Nelms. Nelms to it in the corner. Norton pressuring. Nelms. Brought out by Dooley. Dunham gets possession on the wall. Dunham. That pass misses Norton and goes all the way down. And that's going to be icing against the Hawks. Face off to the left of Cockwell right of Cockwell in the Hawks net. Dooley in for the draw against McCullough. Norton. Pass off the skate, ends up on Lindstedt's stick. Spencer Wyatt at center. Grabs that puck. Wyatt to the boards. Tries to chip it down. Blocked by Nelms. McCullough now with a shot. That goes wide. Wickberg on the wall. Norton can't keep that in. Fires it back in. That deflects off the stick of Fogle and behind the net. Puck gets caught in the back of the netting, which results in a whistle. Face off in the Vipers' end. Lob gets it up the boards for Doyev. Doyev up to center. Anderson gets that poked away by Norton. Doyev back with it. Norton gets it to Kristalowic. That gets taken away and back into the Hawk zone. Mendoza will wheel behind the net. Mendoza up the left side, up for Hansen. Hansen chips it in. Kristalowic gonna race for it with Lob. Lob wins that one. However, Hansen gets that on the boards, pass to the front, and scored. Hawks goal, and it was number 16, Leonardo Mendoza, putting it in over the blocker of Kel Fogle. Face up at center, Dooley up against Dunham. Dunham wins that draw back to Norton, who sends it in deep. Meserly out of the box on the wall. Can't keep that in. Coombs into the zone. Chips it down. Kakmarski after it against Reimer. Reimer spins around. up the boards for Norton. Weston Norton now, winding through center, loses that puck to Logan Lacey. Passes. Pass tipped off the stick of Kakmarski, so icing is negated. Ashton Brown down the left wing for Meserly. That's poked away from her. Brown back to it, over to Norton. Norton up the ice, one-on-one with Lacey. Norton gets it taken away by Lacey. Lacey tries to center. Kakmarski gathers it in center. And Brown back to it in the Hawks zone. Weston Norton on the left side. Sent down. And Dooley will pick it up in the corner. Sends that back, kept in at the blue line by Wyatt. That deflects to the left boards. Wyatt in after it. McCullough will chip it towards the net, ends up at the blue line. Lindstedt shot, chip over the net by Charles Nolan. Now lob. Tries to clear, and sent back in by McCullough. Off the boards. Nelms will bring it up. Nelms, that goes out of the zone, offside. Vipers tag up as Norton. Now, Wyatt Norton goes around, shoots, scores! Wyatt Norton goes high glove side on Fogle, and the Hawks lead 3-1 with 1:31 left in the first. Face off at center. Mendoza pushes that past. However, Medway gets it back up into the Hawks zone. Kept in at the line by Nickel. Anderson now on the left tries to center. Nickel was tied up by Hansen. Nickel now pressured by Thompson. Gets it behind the net. It's in the netting. Tried to send in front was Anderson, and Cockrell will come over and snare that with the glove. 1:05 remaining. Face off to the left of the Hawks net. Anderson gets it off the draw. Nickel pressured by Norton. Lipke keeps it in, backhands it over to the boards. And that will go down the ice. Medway picks it up. Can't get that past Nolan. Nolan kicks it up to the stick. Tries to get through. Medway, good defensive play on that. Lipke lifts the stick of Norton. Gets the puck back up. Lindstedt's at the point. Tipped in front wide of the net by Doyev. Norton behind the net. Lipke applying pressure. Dunham with it now. In front and score. Charles Nolan from the feed from Max Dunham behind the net. That gets past the pad of Fogle, and the Hawks lead 4-1 with 31 seconds left. Face off at center has Dika against McCullough. McCullough, Meserly, putting that on the boards. Kakmarski over to the end, and Lindstedt shoots that back out. Kristalowick can't get that past center, and it's taken now by Kakmarski, who trips Meserly now on the wing. Gets pushed off that by Bennett Dika. Logan Lacey in for it. Lacey behind the net. Turns, shoots around. And that is the end of the first period in the gold medal game of the Alberta U13D tournament. The Vulcan Hawks currently lead the Sexsmith Vipers 4-1 after 1. And welcome back to the second period of the gold medal game of the Alberta U13D tournament between the Sexsmith Vipers and the Vulcan Hawks. Hawks up 4-1 after the first period, and puck is sent down into the Viper zone off the opening draw. Quinn Medway puts that behind the net for Cohen Lipke. That gets knocked away from him. Charles Nolan behind the net tries to chip it away, picked up by Chris Coombs. Bennett Dika out through center. Dika on it again. Coming in on the right wing. Tries to go to center. Tied up there by Noah Lindstedt. And Wyatt Norton look like behind the net. Coombs on the left side. Tries a shot. That's blocked by McCullough. Norton back around. Nolan will get it out to center. Medway grabs that. Sends it back up to the blue line. Nolan again. Back through. This time it gets through. Back to in front of the Vipers net, and Fogle leaves for Medway. Meserly down in the corner, flips it to the net, guided away by Fogle. In the corner, Mendoza shoots it back up, and Reimer will collect behind the net. Mason Reimer to the corner. Wickberg sends it in front, tipped on goal. That's stopped by Cockwell. Mendoza now behind the net. Wickberg in to get it. Lacey picks it up, tries to get it centered for Helms. Ethan Nelms in alone. Nelms shoots, stopped by Cockwell. 18:05 remaining in the second period. Face-off will be to the left of the Hawks' goal. Dooley in against Dunham. Dooley shoots it in past the net. Norton up the boards to grab it. Taken away by Anderson. Anderson can't keep it in, and it's back out to center. Lacey will retreat to pick it up in her own end. Lacey, challenged by Norton. Norton grabs it along the boards. Dunham behind the net into the corner. Up to Thompson. That gets taken away and sent out to center. Lindstedt sends it back in and goes off for the change. Lob in the corner for it. Will try to chip it up. Norton keeps it in. Anderson gets it to center. And lob back behind the net for it. Lob up the boards. That's missed by Crystal Lowick. Kept in at the line by Reimer. Nolan back behind the net. That's chipped up. And Nolan again, challenged by Anderson. That gets out to center. McCullough puts it in. And Lacey will clear, and that will go down. No icing on the play. Picked up by Reimer behind the net. Reimer with speed up for Meserly on the right wing. Farron Meserly goes in, challenged by Medway, taken away by Chris Coombs. Coombs banks it off the boards, kept in by Ashton Brown at the blue line. And that goes back behind the net. Cohen Lipke flips it up, and it will be taken out by Kakmarski. Kakmarski chips it in. Coombs to the chase, down against Brown in the corner. Kakmarski around. Reimer battling him. That gets up where Hansen will take it. And kept in at the line by Lipke. Kakmarski again in the corner. Battling Reimer. Dika into help, and that ends up going back to the left boards where Midway puts it in back down. That gets out to center now. Medway interferes with Hansen, so he can't get it up. Dika up for Coombs. Coombs, long shot. That's going to be Flipped to the corner by Cockwell. Coombs behind the net. Dunham over behind for Kakmarski. Kakmarski tries to put it to center. And that gets past Medway, and that will go down. No icing. Lacey back for it. Lacey around. Chipped off her stick by Weston Norton. Dunham now. Centered for Thompson. That goes to the corner. Up to the point. Kept in by Wyatt Norton. Weston Norton to it in the corner. Thompson tries a backhand shot to the net. That doesn't get through. Dooley will try to clear it. Bounces off a skate. Wickberg up to the point. Shot back in by Norton. Weston Norton. Logan Lacey fighting in the corner for it. That's sent back up to the line. Long shot tipped by Medway. Rolls in on Fogle. He guides it to the corner. Lacey now in front of the net. Over. Cleared out by Nelms. Norton back for it. That's an icing against the Vipers at 14:02 in the second period. Face off to the right of the Vipers' goal. McCullough gets it back for Ashton Brown at the point. Brown bounces off his stick. Anderson on the left wing. Anderson, Doyev with him. Doyev back for Anderson. That is tipped by Reimer to the back of the net. Lob in the boards. Fights for it. Lob. Digging for it. Battle in the boards for it. McCullough in the thick of it. And we have a penalty coming up. And it will be against the Vipers. And it will be Schaefer Lob going to the penalty box. Two minutes for roughing will be the call. So, Hawks with a power play at 13:30 in the second period. Mendoza against Dooley for Nickel, for the face-off. Anderson tries to get it out, kept in at the corner by Lindstedt. Dunham, shot, can't get through, blocked by Nickel. Dunham again in the corner, tries a sharp angle shot, that gets thrown to the front, tipped by Mendoza, that goes just wide. Dunham back in the corner, Nickel raises the stick, gets it out, and will send it the length of the ice. Cockwell leaves for Lindstedt around the back of the net. Lindstedt up through center. Noah Lindstedt coming in. Still with it. Will loop around. Tries a sharp angled shot. That goes wide of the net and will rim back down to the blue line where it's collected by Wyatt Norton. Norton up the middle for Mendoza. Mendoza steps around Nickel in. Mendoza a long shot. Snared and held by Fogle. 1:05 remaining in the Hawks power play. McCullough back at the point. Norton gets it. Long shot tipped. Stopped and held by Fogle. 12:28 remaining in the second period. McCullough. Draw against Nickel. Subbed out for Dunham. No, it's going to be Hansen coming in for the draw. Dika in the corner. Gets it to the front. Lacey immediately grabs that and sends it down the length of the ice. Cockwell will leave for Brown. Brown coming up the right side, ahead for Dunham. Dunham up to McCullough. McCullough in the center, shoots, that goes wide. Deflected off the boards. Dunham back to it. And Didika will push it up. Brown sends it back through. Hansen at the side of the net. Gets it to the point for Reimer. Reimer stops, waits, shoots. That's blocked in front by Coombs. Back, and Kakmarski will lift it down the ice. 10 seconds left on the Hawks power play. Noah Reimer back behind the net to get it. Roundabout, crisscrosses to center. Noah Reimer in on the left. Tries to get past Lacey. Lacey grabs that and will send it to center. Picked up on the side by Mendoza. Mendoza steps around Dooley. Intercepted on the wall by Coombs. Coombs will send it back out for Wickberg. Justice Thompson in the corner. That's going to be offside on the Vipers. Penalty is over. 11:08 remaining in the second period. Dooley in for the draw. Wins it back to Lipke. Lipke up the boards. Grabbed by Nelms. Medway can't keep it in. Vipers have to tag up. Wyatt Norton back in for it. Norton up the left side for Wyatt. Wyatt, trouble there as pressured by Dooley. Lipke with a slap shot manages to get it past the defenders, and Norton will retrieve it. Norton behind the net, up for Meserly, skips away from her, and Lipke will poke it back down into the Hawks' ice. Now flip back down into Vipers, and Medway for it, pressured by Nolan behind the net. Nolan grabs the puck. Wickberg comes in to help on the boards. Dooley and Mendoza in the mix as well. And it'll go back to Norton, and we have a penalty. Roughing penalty going against both teams. So the Vipers, number 17, Kyle Wickberg, will be going in. Offsetting roughing calls to Hawks and the Vipers with 10:07 left. Mendoza in for the draw against Nickel. Not done fairly, so it will be redone. Mendoza subbing out with Hansen. And that is won by Nickel. Hansen, though, grabs it, gets to the net, stopped by Fogel, and now gloved at the side by Fogel. Faceoff will remain in the Vipers' end. Mendoza in against Nichols for the draw. Gets it back to Meserly. Banks that behind the net over to Hansen. Meserly in front, tries a shot. Gets her stick tied up by Lob. Anderson now for the Vipers. Doyev, long shot. That goes wide. Deflected off of Cockwell. Doyev in the corner again against Mendoza. Grabbed by Reimer. Reimer around the back of the net. Up. Grabbed by Lob, pushes it down for Dooley in the corner. Anderson tries to get it back up. That's deflected out to center. Lacey will make it back to that. Tries to bank pass on the boards. Meserly picks that up. Lob against Meserly in the corner. Lacey will pick it up and send it up the boards. Norton keeps it in at the point. And Lob will collect it. At the line, brought in by Norton. Kristalowic in for it against Lacey. Lacey chips it behind. Weston Norton to it. Tries centering pass. Stick lifted in front by Anderson. Lindstedt long shot now. That's blocked in front by Lacey. And Lindstedt again. Slap into the Vipers zone. Behind the net, it will be Lob. Drag around Dunham. And Anderson will come out on the left wing. Kakmarski with them. Brought in now by Nickel. Nickel tries to get it to Kakmarski. That's in the skates of Norton. Down into the corner. Wyatt Norton sends it up the boards. Medway falls on her way to get it. Coombs gathers it for her. And Lindstedt will send it back down the boards. Coombs. McCullough goes around Coombs. Messerly off the bench now. Sends it in a long shot. Deflected to the side by Fogle. We have another penalty coming up against the Vipers. It'll be Bennett Dika for interference. Staff attending to the player in the corner. It was Kristalowic in the corner. Skates off under his own power. So with 7:40 left in the second period, the Hawks will have a power play. McCullough in for the draw against Dooley. McCullough wins it back to the line. Wyatt Norton with a shot. Deflected in front. Joe's just wide of the net. Nickel in it in the corner for it. Sends it up. Kakmarski goes around Norton. Kakmarski through the middle. Messerly back on defense. Good stick to get that away. Messerly chips it up for Norton. That's sent back behind the net. Dooley in for it on the corner. McCullough will collect and round the net. McCullough. Dooley off to Nelms. That goes high over the net. Hits the glass. Bounces back up to Lindstedt. Lindstedt through center. Steps around Dooley. On offside was Dunham at the line. Face-off will come outside the Vipers' zone with 1:09 left on the penalty. 6:48 in the period. Nickel against Dunham for the face-off. Dunham back to the side. Collected there by Corbin Anderson. Anderson, trouble getting it past Nolan. We'll go back to Lob. Lob up for Nickel at center. Dunham winds around. Dunham back down. And that will roll in on Fogle. He'll guide it to the right. Lacey loses it to Nolan. Dunham collects back to the blue line for Ashton Brown. Brown in. Deflects off the stick of Nolan into the corner. Norton with Nolan in the corner. Lacey gets it away. Dunham, sharp angle shot, and that is covered by Fogle. 26 seconds left on the Hawks power play. Mendoza in against Dooley for the draw. Mendoza over. Thompson gets that back to Brown at the line. Mendoza over. Quick shot. That ricochets off a stick and wide. Lob gets it past Thompson and it's flicked out to center by Dooley. Brown collected by Hansen on the corner. Dooley pressuring. Tries a shot. Lacey blocks that. Mendoza behind the net. Lob around. Benedica out of the box comes in to help. Kept in by Mendoza. Long shot to center. Trying to get connected with Hansen. Is deflected out by Lacey. Now Dooley comes up the right side. Dooley wide of the net. Doyev over for it on the boards against Kristalowic. Kakmarski gets it over. Centering feed goes over the goalie, bounces. Cockle with the save. Another shot that goes high of the net. And Nolan will get it down, and that's going to roll down for icing against the Hawks rather, with 4:49 left in the second. Face off back down in the Hawks zone to the right of Cockwell. Wickberg in to take draw against McCullough. McCullough wins it back to Norton. Norton shot off the glass back out. And Coombs lifts it back in. Noah Lindstedt tries to shot off the boards. That's blocked by Nelms. Nelms around through the center. Shoots. That goes over the net and wide. Nelms back to it in the corner. Tries to center. That goes through the blue paint. Wyatt back to retrieve it. Up to Nolan. Nolan around. Upright wing. Pressured by Medway. Low, sharp angle shot. Chance in front for McCullough. Sprawling save by Fogle. Excellent save on a wide open net for McCullough. Norton back at the point. Medway gets it up to Wickberg. Wickberg now backhands it in. Will go off for the change. Noah Lindstedt back to collect it behind his own net. Lindstedt glides around. Poked off his stick by Nelms in the corner. That goes up to Nickel on the boards. Nickel. Nelms poked away by Lindstedt, and that gets sent down. No icing on the call. It's tipped off the stick of Coombs. Coombs back for it. Coombs. Up the side, Nickel. Up for Doev. Doev over to Anderson. Clearing attempt by Hansen. Blocked by Anderson. Reimer pressuring Anderson in the corner. Puck gets out. Shot from a sharp angle. That is off the mask of Cockwell. Ashton Brown now gets it hit off his stick by Nickel. Nickel back at center with it. Sends it back down. And that is gloved down at the line by Anderson to keep it in. And will finally be cleared out and down. Not enough for icing. Lacey back for it. Rims it around out of the reach of Kristalowic. Anderson can't reach it. Reimer grabs it. And will spin and send it down to Hansen. Hansen on against Lacey. Lacey chips it back out for Corbin Anderson. Anderson goes around Brown. Long shot, toe save by Cockwell. And Mendoza tries a stretch pass up for Kristalowic, and that will turn into icing against the Hawks with 2:12 remaining in the second period. As we see a replay of Kel Fogel's cross-crease save on Justice Thompson. Face off to the left of the net. McCullough up for Wyatt. Wyatt tries to go cross ice. That pass doesn't reach anyone. Wickberg now back in his own zone. Comes up for Dooley. That gets past Norton and will go behind the net. Norton collects. Shoots it up the wing for Spencer Wyatt. Wyatt. Centering pass picked off by Dooley. Dooley over to Wickberg. Wickberg on left. Norton shoots it back down. And it will come in front of the net where it's collected by Logan Lacey. Max Dunham can't keep it in. And it will lay on the blue line. Dunham back with it now. Dunham, long shot. That goes wide. Lob gets it around for Easton Nelms. Nelms chips it out of the zone. And sent back to the Hawks zone by Dooley. Wyatt Norton with it up to Max Dunham. Dunham in on center. Gets puck stolen by Lob. They both tumble in the corner. Mendoza tries a sharp shot. That's off of Dooley. Norton back down, and we have a whistle. And it's going to be a call against the Vipers. Number 13, Schaefer Lob going to the box. 2 minutes for hitting to the head for Lob. So with 57 seconds left in the period, the Hawks would have a 2-minute power play. Mendoza against Nickel in the face-off circle. Nickel wins it back. Medway back to grab it. Can't get it past the skates of Nolan. Nickel now again sends it the length of the ice. Cockwell will leave it for Lindstedt coming back for it. Pressured by Kakmarski. Gets it up to Weston Norton. Norton winding through center. Comes in with speed. Norton around. Tries a sharp angle shot. Saved by Fogle. Another chance in front for Charles Nolan. That was blocked. Norton back with it. Goes around. Shot off the shin pad of Coombs. 17 seconds left in the period. Mendoza tries to get it back to the point. Mendoza back with it after some bobbles. Coombs tries to get it past the front of the net. Norton getting pestered by Coombs behind the net. And clock winds down. 4-1 still for the Hawks over the Vipers. The Hawks will have 1:03 left in power play time come the third period. And welcome back to the third period of the gold medal game between the Sexsmith Vipers and the Vulcan Hawks. Hawks start off the third period with a minute left in power play time. They're currently up 4-1 on the Vipers after 2. Norton back behind the net to get it. Shoots it up the wall. That gets past Weston, Norton, and Lacey. Lacey now tries to get it out. Deflects off Norton's stick. Dunham tries a shot on net that deflects off the shin of Dooley. Over to Wyatt Norton at the corner. Wyatt Norton shot through. That's blocked by Coombs. And Lacey will send it up the boards. Noah Lindstedt tries to backhand it into the zone. That gets cut off by the leg of Wickberg. Coombs sends it back up the ice. And Norton will collect at his blue line. Noah Lindstedt over. Lindstedt tipped into the zone by Hansen. Lacey grabs it on the boards. Taken now by Dooley. Dooley one-on-one with Norton. Norton takes that away. Goes behind the net. Norton around. Up for Hansen. Doyev intercepts that. Passes it back for Anderson. Corbin Anderson tries a pass over to Dooley. Doesn't get through. Puck in the... Oh! Anderson! Puck was in the feet of Lindstedt. Anderson comes in and snipes it top corner over the glove of Jackson Cockwell. 4-2 now for the Hawks at 18:31. Corbin Anderson with his second of the game. Dooley's shot was originally stuck in the feet of Lindstedt, and Anderson got to it. Puts it in. Brown off the face-off. Gets it down. McDullough. Wyatt with a clear break. Wyatt shoots into the glove of Vogel, and he'll hold for the whistle. 18:18 remaining in the third period. McCullough for the face-off with Nickel. Reimer down. That gets blocked. Doyev out to center. Nolan now. Charles Nolan off the boards. Medway tries to clear it out. Wyatt from center puts it in on Fogel. He deflects it to the side. Lipke gets it up for Anderson. Tipped through center by Nickel. That's sent back down. Norton tries to chip it past Medway. Medway and Norton on the boards. Gets out by Anderson. Dunham. Max Dunham. His shot off of Nichols. And now Norton gets it into the zone. Norton, wide shot. Glove down by Vogel, and he'll hold. 17:29 left. Mendoza for the face-off against Dooley. Intercepted up the middle. Here comes Kakmarski. Kakmarski. Norton back on him. Chips the puck off of his stick. Kept in by Lobb. Glove down by Norton. Another shot by Dooley. That goes wide. Lindstedt up the sideboards. Hansen can't reach it. Lindstedt tries again. And finally got out by Norton. Hansen at center. Throws it in from the left. And Vogel will leave it for Lacey. That gets stolen in the corner. Norton centering pass up for Nolan. That gets deflected. And now Wickberg up over the blue line. Wickberg dumps it in. Lindstedt in the corner for it. And Nelms will lose it to Norton. Norton around. Wyatt Norton gets that taken off his stick by Nelms from behind. And Lacey. Pass for Dika. Can't reach that. And chipped back in for Dooley. Norton up for Nolan. Long shot blocked away to the corner by Bogle. McCullough on the boards, taken away by Nelms. We've got a penalty coming up, touched up by the Hawks, and that's a penalty to McCullough. McCullough, 2 minutes for interference, so the Vipers will have a 2-minute power play at 15:58. Face-off will come to the left of the Hawks' net. Nickel in with Dunham for the face-off. Dunham wins that, gets cleared down the ice. Bogle out of his net. We'll leave it for Medway. Medway loops around. Quinn Medway up for Nickel. Dunham turns, shoots it back down, and Medway back to it. Medway up the middle for Kakmarski. Kakmarski sends it back down behind the net. Nickel. Coombs keeps it in. Nickel. Kakmarski. Max Dunham around. Off. Coombs now. Coombs. Kakmarski. Down. Noah Reimer, rather. Back behind the net. He sends it down the length of the ice. 1:08 remaining in the power play for the Vipers. Coombs. Up the boards for Nickel. Nickel. Gets that taken away by Nolan. Still gets into the zone, though. And now it'll be picked up by Corbin Anderson. Anderson tries a toe drag. Medway, that's taken off her stick by Wyatt Norton. Norton around. In. Norton. Taken from behind by Anderson. Corbin Anderson on the left. Up for Nickel. Nickel around. That gets dumped down. Nickel back to it. Doyev on the boards. Slips. Nolan gets that up for Mendoza, and that is sent back down. Lacey behind the net. Logan Lacey. That's poked away from her by Max Dunham. Dunham shot deflects off of Bogle into the corner. Easton Nelms now on the boards. Tips it out to center. Norton spins. Dooley sends that back down. Lindstedt at center. That goes off the stick of Nelms into the zone. Lacey tries to backhand it out. Meserly keeps it in. Shot that's deflected. Dooley now out with it against Dunham. Out to center. Norton back behind the net. And on the boards now, Nelms gets it around Mendoza. Nelms. And that's sent down for icing on the Vipers with 13:22 remaining. Penalty has expired. Face off to the right of the Vipers zone. Mendoza in to take it against Nickel. Mendoza, Reimer shot. Mendoza tries to get the tip, goes over his stick into the corner. Ashton Brown brought back out by Nickel. Long shot from the corner. That is deflected by Cockle into the boards. Falling at center ice is Lipke. Still gets the puck back, though. And Kakmarski now coming in on the side. Noah Reimer around. Taken off his stick by Nickel. And now that gets sent back down. And it goes for icing against the Hawks with 12:33 remaining in the third period. Dooley in to get the face-off against Dunham. Dunham wins that back to Norton. Nickel over to Doyev. Nickel back with it. Poked away by Norton. And Lipke will send it back down. Pad save by Cockwell. Norton through center. Corbin Anderson after. Norton sends it off the boards and down. Anderson back up the wall. Lindstedt, clear pass to the net, shoots it wide. And Wyatt will dump it back in. Norton, Weston Norton, shot, blocked away by Fogle. Into the corner, Norton chases after himself. Lipke behind the back pass, picked off by Mendoza. Mendoza tries to get it to Nolan. Nolan shot, that goes wide. Lindstedt at the corner. Shoots, tipped on net in front by Mendoza, and that is covered and held by Kel Fogle. 11:33 remaining in the period. Face off to the right of the Vipers' net. Dika in to take it against Mendoza. Mendoza back to Ashton Brown. That shot's through, looking for the tip. And Coombs gets it back. Mendoza, long shot behind the net. Kakmarski after it on the boards. Kakmarski fighting with McCullough. Mendoza now tries a shot. That's deflected off a stick. Reimer from the point. Shot stopped by Fogle. He'll cover again. Face off to the right once again. Weston Norton along the boards gets it up for Max Dunham. Theron Meserly can't get it. Sent back to the line for Reimer. Lift and stretch pass for Nelms. Rolls down into Hawks territory. Reimer with it behind the net. Dooley in to challenge. Lob. Can't keep that in. Wyatt now. Dunham rather. Dunham up. Scores! Max Dunham over the shoulder of Cal Fogle makes it 5-2 for the Hawks with 10:31 left in the third period. Face off at center. Nickel versus Dunham. Mendoza rather. Mendoza comes up with the puck, sends it down. Hansen to the middle. That gets intercepted by Lipke. Nickel tries to get it out. Norton keeps that in. Charles Nolan down behind the net now. Nolan chips it up the boards for Carter Hansen. And it will be cleared out to the side by Lipke. Norton back for it. That gets flipped in. Lipke behind the net. Rims it around. Anderson can't reach that. Reimer back for it. Reimer with speed. Collides at center ice. Not center, collides in the zone with Nickel. That allows Dunham to come back with it. Dunham again. Through. Dunham in. Shoot. Score! Max Dunham again. 6-2 for the Hawks now. Dunham capitalizing off the results of a collision in the Hawks zone. And the faceoff will come to center. Dunham up to take it against Bennett Dika. Dunham gets it forward. Logan Lacey chips it off the boards. Up for Kakmarski. That goes off his skate. Dunham. Shot intercepted by Coombs. Now Wyatt gets it down. Lacey. Brown. Mendoza. That shot is tipped. Doesn't reach the net. McCullough tries. Wyatt Shot that hits the post, I believe, goes into the corner. Kakmarski on the boards. Sends it behind the net. Schaefer lob to it. Lob up for Chris Coombs. That skips over his stick. And Ashton Brown. Clearing attempt. Coombs now in. Coombs tries to get it. Brown gets it back to Mendoza. Mendoza, big hit in the corner on Nelms. As a scuffle for it in center. Nelms comes up with it. Nelms tries to cut to the middle. Poked off a stick by Noah Reimer. Dika at the line. Nelms rims around. Shoots it back into the corner. Brown back to retrieve it. Brown up for Kristalovic. That gets intercepted by Lacey. They have to tag up though, as that was offside. Medway now back to get it. Lacey back up for Nelms. Nelms protects the puck and can't be kept in. Dooley shoots it back through. 7:40 remaining in the period. Reimer can't get that out. Tries again. This one blocked by Wickberg. Nelms can't get to it. And it's up for Medway. Medway off the boards, up for Nelms. Lacey Medway behind the net is taken down. That's going to be a penalty. Oh no, it's a penalty to the Vipers. Number 16, Easton Nelms going to the box. 2 minutes for roughing. Face off in the Vipers' end. Wyatt Norton over to Noah Lindstedt. Lindstedt shot, tipped through, saved by Fogle. Wyatt Norton at the point again. Norton backhands. That's pad saved by Fogle to the side. Anderson rushing to get it. Lindstedt keeps it in. Corbin Anderson hits it out of the air to center. Goes behind the net. Picked up by Schaefer Lob. Lob sends it down the length of the ice. A minute 26 remaining in the penalty. 6:36 in the period. Carter Hansen up the side, pressured by Mason Doyev. Doyev gets the puck away from him. Nickel chips it back down. Back to retrieve it at the blue line is Lindstedt. Lindstedt back lob now. Lobs it down on to Cockwell. Cockwell will leave it for Norton. Wyatt Norton now coming to the side. Long shot, scores. Wyatt Norton puts it past the glove of Kel Fogle. And the score is 7-2 for the Hawks. Power play goal with 6:05 remaining in the third period. Dunham in for the draw against Dika. Ashton Brown to it on the boards. Dika intercepts that. Bennett Dika gets it in, taken by Max Dunham. Dunham over to Farron Meserly. Meserly through the center. Long shot. Meserly around. Dika into the corner. Dunham. That pass gets by Wyatt. Lob to the corner. Wyatt intercepts, sends it back behind for Meserly in the corner. Kakmarski gets there first. Kakmarski, long stretch pass, lands on the stick of Wyatt. That's lobbed towards the net. And Lob will get it to the corner. Schaefer Lob. Farron Meserly in there. And it gets up to Chris Coombs, taken away by Mendoza. Up the corner by Kakmarski. Mendoza in for it behind the net. Mendoza up for McCullough. Getting pressured by Wickberg. That trickles to center. And chance for... Oh, that goes in. And Connor McCullough with the goal. Sneaks it by Kel Vogel. Eight 2 now for the Hawks. 4:43 left in the game. Dooley loses it to Weston Norton. Wyatt Norton back down. That's icing against the Vipers. Noah Lindstedt. Kristalowick in the corner. Down for Dunham. Dunham around. Back up to the blue line. Wyatt Norton shoots. That deflects off of Vogel's pad into the corner. Back to Wyatt Norton. Brought out to center by Nelms. Dunham. Medway there. Gets it past Kristalowick. Kristalowick gets to center. Shot by Lipke. Ends up on the stick of Nelms. Nelms in. Tries a toe drag through the center. That gets thwarted by Lindstedt. Shot from the side. And we have a penalty coming up. And it's going to be roughing. Going to penalties to both teams. 16 Nelms for the Vipers. .339 remaining in the period. 8-2 for the Hawks. Noah Reimer down into the end. Corbin Anderson can't keep it in. Hansen up for it. Nickel intercepts at center, brings it in on the right. Nickel over. Justice Thompson to it. Thompson winding through the right side, chips it in. Logan Lacey back around. Carter Hansen there as well. Cuts in front. Mendoza trying to get it past a sprawling Nickel. Can't. And it's sent back down by Lacey. Lob over to Doyev on the boards. Doyev over. Corbin Anderson runs Mendoza into the boards, and that's going to be a penalty. And Corbin Anderson will go to the box for 2. Two minutes for cross-checking on offsetting Miners as one of the Hawks went to the box as well. 2:27 remaining in the third period. Ashton Brown gets that all on the boards. Back behind for Noah Reimer. Reimer. Meserly in on the boards. Coombs comes back for Lipke. Brown back down into the Vipers' end. Lipke will retrieve it. Minute 50 left in the period. Noah Reimer, long shot into the corner. Chris Coombs Backhands it out. Benedica puts it off the boards and into Hawks territory. Baron Meserly tips it out to center. Dooley sends it right back in. Wickberg behind the net to get it from Reimer. Reimer spins up for Meserly. Meserly, an incoming Doyev couldn't get the puck away. And Meserly will continue through left with it. Although now Doyev takes it. Back pressure by Max Dunham. Doyev protects the puck, sends it down into the zone. 57 seconds left in the period. Carter Hansen on the boards with Lipke. And that's sent back down. 40 seconds on the clock. Logan Lacey will loop behind her own net. Pressured by Kristalowic. Lacey gets intercepted by Thompson on the boards. Dooley tries to get it out. Kristalowic back behind the net. 20 seconds and counting. Dooley up for Doyev. Rushes up the ice. Tries to get past Noah Reimer. 10 seconds left. Sharp angle shot taken away by Cockwell, and that trickles in. A goal with 6 seconds on the clock was put in by Chris Coombs. Score is now 8-3. Vipers not going away quietly. As Chris Coombs pops one right before the end whistle. Dika in to take the draw against Mendoza. Clock didn't start. Now it does. And winds down. And the buzzer sounds, and your U13D Alberta Provincial Champions are the Vulcan Hawks. With a victory 8-3 over the Sexsmith Vipers. Hawks went perfect through the entire tournament, 3-0 in pool play. Defeated the Trails West Wolves earlier in the day with a commanding victory, and now 8-3 over the Vipers. Teams come in for the handshake line. Heart and Hustle Award for the Sexsmith Vipers goes to number 4, Chris Coombs. Player of the game, number 11, Corbin Anderson for the Vipers. Heart and Hustle Award for the Vulcan Hawks goes to number 17, Farron Medley. MVP for the Hawks is 16, Leonardo Mendoza de la Cruz. Referees getting special whistles for the gold medal game. Lines it in now. Silver medals now being handed out. Number 2, Lincoln Dooley. Number 3, Grayson Nickel. Number 4, Chris Coombs. Number 5, Jace Cack Marcy. Number 6, Quinn Medway. Number 7, Bennett Dika. Number 8, Mason Doivy. Number 11, Corbin Anderson. Number 12, Logan Lacey. Number 13, Schaefer Lobb. Number 16, Easton Nelms. Number 17, Kyle Wickberg. 19, Cohen Lipke. And the goaltender, number 31, Kel Fogel. Head coach Chase Dyka. Assistant coaches Corey Lacey, Adam Vogel, Dustin Wickberg, and Brett Kakmarski. Gold medals will now be awarded. Number 5, Ashton Brown. Number 13, Max Dunham. Number 9, Carter Hansen. Number 19, Jace Kristalowick. Number 24, Noah Lindstedt. Number 2, Connor McCullough. Number 16, Leonardo Mendoza de la Cruz. Number 17, Farron Meserly. Number 11, Charles Nolan. Number 10, Wyatt Norton. Number 21, Weston Norton. Number 8, Noah Reimer. Number 3, Justice Thompson. Number 4, Spencer Wyatt. And in goal, number 31, Jackson Cockwell. Head coach Cole Dunham, assistant coach Timothy Francis, Leigh Hansen, Kevin Lindstedt, and Derek Meyer. Banner will be awarded to the Vulcan Hawks now. Taken by Noah Dunham, Max Dunham rather. They'll take the skate around. And that will conclude the Alberta Provincial Championships U13D. The final winners, the Vulcan Hawks, triumph over the Sexsmith Vipers in the gold medal game.